Alright, it's pretty nice out today. It's about 55. It's Christmas Eve, and we're going to be working on the old Ford again today. I just took the other fender off. Let me come around here. Bear with me. Yeah, I took the other fender off. I think I want to take the inner fender out. I think the only thing holding that on right now is a piece of rubber. And that has a few issues. It needs a little welding done to it. But let me show the progress I've made on the other fender. The other fender is pretty much done. All it needs is a top coat of paint. So let me go in the backyard and show it to you. Alright, here's the fender all primed up. And I'm happy with the way it turned out, you know. I don't think it could have been any better, especially considering what it was. But I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera because of the sunlight hitting it. But see, I got the sun on my back. So any imperfections you might see are shadows, you know. Because, like I said, I think it turned out pretty good. And you know what turned out good and surprised me is this radiator support. You know, I painted the whole thing with a brush, and it flowed out beautiful, almost like it was dipped. You can see the reflection down there, you know. It's beautiful. It's like a mirror finish. It's cool when stuff like that works out for you. And then here's the top filler piece. All that bodywork turned out good. So that's all ready for a top coat and everything. I think I might paint this all off the truck, and then just be careful when we put it on. And then here's the bottom filler piece. I scuffed that all good. That looks dented, but they're actually factory bumps. So that's all ready to go. So let's go inside and I'll show you what we have to do to the other fender. The other fender hardly has any putty on it, but it does have a pretty big dent in it. So we're going to have our hands full with that. Alright, we'll see you inside. Alright, yeah, I got the inner fender off here, and it's not too bad. I mean, the whole thing is solid, except, let me bring it out here in the sun, except the one top edge there. And I don't think it's going to be too much trouble there. You know, but other than that, it's pretty solid. It's like deja vu all over again. And let me check out the front fender here. The front fender got a big crushed in on the side there. You know, from this angle, don't look too bad, but you see it actually push that in. That would have been easy if this was on the truck and the radiator support was on it and stuff like that. It would have been easier to push that out and straighten that and make the body line. So it's going to be a little more difficult. But I don't know if you remember the first fender. The guy had added on, for some reason, added on this big hunk of fiberglass here just to extend the end of the fender. So I'm going to have to grind that off. But other than that, it looks like, you got to remember, this is almost 60 years old, this fender. It looks like this thing has really never been hit. And it's amazing that there's no rot. Usually there's rot down in these corners, and especially down in this corner, you know, because it gets stuck behind that support. And even this top half has some of that rubberized putty on there to keep it from squeaking. I forgot what they call it. But anyway, that's pretty decent. If anything, I might just have to put a little fiberglass there. But I had a heck of a time taking this off. Oh, I'm caught. Okay. You had a heck of a time taking this off. I got all the bolts except the one, and I had to cut a hole in it to get to the back and then grind the back off of it. But that's all solid down there. It's all solid metal. You know, I could get to the head, but I couldn't get a grinder on there, you know, from the back. So, you know, and I was alone and everything, so I said, yeah, the hell with it, just just cut it and we'll patch it. You know, we'll put a metal patch in there, and everything will be fine. So, all right, you know what I'm gonna do now? Since I'm out here and it's a beautiful day, I'm gonna grind this this big hunk of fiberglass off this guy put on here. That way I can start working on the fender inside, and it won't create too much dust. All right, let me set up for that. All right, before I show you that, I'll show you what we got. What else we have to do. Sooner or later, right? I fixed this one side here. That had a hole and patch and stuff. But this hood's gonna need work too. It's got a dent right here. You can see the stress cracks from the denting in, but the rest of the hood's pretty good as far as straightness goes. But like right here, you see this little crack? This truck used to have molding going down the side, and he probably filled in the holes, and that's a hole, and you can't see it. I can, but you can't. But right here, it's coming through again. So what I'm gonna have to do is grind out each one of them holes. Here's another one back here, I think, and fix them. I might fiberglass it from behind because I don't want to weld on that, but we'll see. And across the front here, this is common for these trucks, but this is actually in excellent shape. This hood, you know, usually they're rotted real bad here. This one here just has a little bubble, and so we'll find out what's ailing that. And then they got a little stress crack in here, which means the hood was probably pushed in at one time and then popped out. But overall, not too bad. But what is bad is this corner, you know. You can see you got the sun on it. It's rotted out down on the bottom, and then even up top. And it's still filled. I didn't take all the dirt out. I filled all the way to the top with dirt there. So we're gonna have to fix this side. But that's where we're at. But for now, one bite at a time, right? Let me get my grinders and sanders out, and we'll get this done. That way we have something to do inside there. You know, it's not going to be nice forever. It is winter time, so. All right, enough jibber jabbing. All right, yeah, I'm having limited success here in peeling it off. I was able to get a screwdriver in behind it here, and I don't know if you hear it, but let me try over here. I'm trying to get in your way. You hear that? It's nice if I can get that whole piece off just by prying it. You know, I probably am putting a few dents in here, but that's okay, because I think there's moisture got in behind here, and it probably need body work anyway, so. Yes, I'll save a lot of grinding, a big mess. Even if I get half of this thing off. Alright, let me dick around with this a little longer, and then I'll turn these back on. Alright, yeah, I was able to get in behind here a little better. So. There we go. Let me turn around. Let me back these up so we can see it coming off. Alright, yeah. I mean, the guy, for whatever reason, he wanted to square that off on the bottom and make that level, but a lot of work. Yeah, you see that there's a crack in the fender up here, and then that's all good. But still, it's solid. And underneath where that was, show you how the water got in, started from behind. It worked its way up, but it didn't get up here. It's still ground, nice and flush. So I'm gonna have to do some grinding. Don't look like too much right here, but still, imagine where you guys at. Can you see that? Imagine grinding that. I remember doing the other one. The other one was a mess. All right, let me grind that and we'll bring it aside. Yeah, we got that cleaned up for the most part. Like I can get the rest of it with the little die grinder when I get inside, but looks like whoever ground this fender down originally got a little too aggressive here on the body line and cut right through it. I was wondering, you know, I seen on the back there was a big blob of this putty, and I was wondering what that was. And you can see there's the exact shape of that. So that was on the bottom. I just pushed it right through. So it's a good thing we found that. And then I was down here. I figured, well, I got the grinder out, I might as well grind this because we're gonna have to patch it. And I had a couple of bubbles here, so I checked them out. Sure enough, it was rust. So this don't bother me too much now because I could put a patch in here. There's a body line right here, so keep the patch down low and make a little L-shaped patch. So while I got the grinder out, I think maybe I'll grind this all down here because that's going to need some work. Yeah, this whole fender's going to need work. This whole thing is pushed in here, so luckily that top body line ain't too bad. I feel a little dent right there, but for the most part, it's pretty decent. So let me grind that stuff up while it's still light out. All right. Yeah, well, I got it out here. I'm going to try and get the majority of that dent out. Like I said, I would have rather have taken it out while it was on a truck, but without the radiator support and everything, it didn't have any support. So it's going to be a little crude, but it's all we got. Shows you how strong that fender is. Look at that, me standing on that. 200 pounds, just barely moving it. Alright, let's see what we can do. I'm still here, I'm getting my headphones. My hearing protection. Maybe just standing on it helped it out a little bit. You still with me? Just that little bit brought this out. Feels like it's in right about here. Wow. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's easy to hit back in. And this here. Believe it or not, just a little bit. Alright, let me take you over here. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. Yeah, I'm surprised. Just a little bit of dicking around. Brought this out so I can, I got a little high spot right here. Very slight high spot there. This here, it's actually a low spot still. But, wow. I have a dent right here. I think I'll try and get out while I still have it. I'll turn it around and I'll step on that. But, wow. Can't believe I straightened that out. Look at that. That's pretty straight. Alright. Good work, Road King. Alright. Yeah, I'm real pleased with that. That actually surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be, with that little work I did, I was surprised that it came out as well as it did. But it's tough to see. Tough to tell where you guys are, but that's pretty straight. And I did push out a dent here, you know, because that was oil can a little bit, and all this, whatever it was, you know what it is? I think it's that filler coat they spray on. Some of that popped off, but I still have two little dents. I got one right here, and one right here, and I'm gonna have to pull them because I can't get to the back of them. You know, the top one here has this big bracing in the way, and the other one has that side piece. So I'm gonna have to get the puller out and pull them out. So let's see if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean it's ever so slight, but it was oil canning, and I got it to stop oil canning, so that's one good thing. Yeah, I mean there's still gonna be a lot of work on there. I mean to fair this and to fix that dent, this whole thing is this whole panel pretty much has to get done, and this so that whole back half of the fender is going to be done. And actually even the front ain't the best body work, but that whole fender's got to get done completely. So alright, enough jibber jabbing, let's bring it inside and do some work. Alright, we're inside now. It's the next day, and I'm going to have to take out a lot of little dents that we put in here when we push this big dent out. You know, I got a lot of high spots, a lot of low spots, but you know, that's just what happens when we had to do it like that. If it was still on the truck, it would have been a lot easier, and I wouldn't have did as much damage here as I did, but that's okay. But what we're going to start with, I don't know if you can see it right here. Matter of fact, I got the lights in the garage here. You can see as you go over it. You see that? That's how them paintless dent guys work. You know, they set up lights. They just happen to be on the ceiling, and the fender just happens to be here. But that's how they pull out dents. You know, they'll see that, and then they'll pull that out till them lines are straight. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna pull this out. And back in the day, we wouldn't even have messed with this. This is such a small dent. We would have just ground that down and puttied over it. Got another one over here. This one's a little worse. We probably would have take a slide hammer. We probably would have drilled a hole and pulled that out. I was able to find my slide hammer. I've been hanging on a wall for a long time. It even started to rust. But that's what we would have done. We would have drilled a hole in that and pulled that out, and that's it. Then later in the 80s and 90s, they came up with the stud guns, but they were pretty expensive back then. But let me show you how they would do this nowadays. Remember this? This isn't a how-to video. I'm just going to show you how I do it. So let me throw you on a tripod. It's pretty interesting. All right. Yeah. Instead of pulling them, I was able to get behind this one here with a dolly. Just barely get behind it because of the thing, and I straightened that one out. So that's pretty good. I ground that down to see what I was dealing with there. And it's funny. That's probably 1/16 of an inch thick there, and all that is paint jobs. That's not body putty or nothing like that. And then this dent here I was able to get out. I was able to get it out with a screwdriver. I was able to shove it under there and hold that up while I hit down what we call the eyebrow, you know, the outside of it. And, you know, it's good. I got it so it's not the oil cannon and stuff, but the rest of it is pretty good. I got a few high spots and low spots, but let me show you this. This is one of the reasons why I'm not really putting too much money into this, and I'm just making it look decent and painting it because it had 5 paint jobs on it. Let me get my glasses here and see if we can show you. Sorry about that. But you see how far we can zoom in here. I don't know if that helps you or not, but here's the original. Right, there's the original gray primer, and then you have the original green paint. Then you You got somebody here that primed over with red oxide paint and another green, and they came back, and this must have been through quite a few owners. And here's another seal coat, gray, and then another green, and then here's another seal coat, and then another green. So there's 4 paint jobs on this right now, and if just one of them wasn't prepped right, then you know, you got yourself a mess. You know. Let me see if I can hold you in my left hand here. See, when I was beating on this from the back to straighten this outside, this is what was popping off, just sheets of paint. And this one sealer coat here, whoever did that waited too long. You know, if you wait too long, if you prime something or you seal it and you get to it within a half hour, an hour or so, you're okay, and you got a chemical bond. But if not, then you got to sand it, and apparently they didn't sand it, and you see how shiny that is. So that all just popped off, and that's what you're dealing with. You know, look, you can go around and just get the. That's what I'm gonna do. Just go around and well, you know what? I'm gonna have to take this all down and metal this 1/2 side. So, but that's what you're dealing with, you know. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna put $30,000 into a $10,000 truck? That's crazy. So, let's see what we got here. Look at that. There's the rib that it hit on the inside there. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Alright, this here is good. This whole side here is good. You're probably dealing with reflections here. And I think my light might be on too. Here we go. So when I pull this out, I'm going to beat this out outside there. We missed it by a 1/16 of an inch right here. I gotta get that. That's a low spot. And then actually here, when I was hitting it outside, a 2 before I had was that was hitting right on the body line there. So right there, that's a high spot all the way down. And then you got a little low spot right here. Actually got a high spot right here. I already started filing this down, you know, with a spoon, and that's pretty good. So we'll show you that. And then we got another little low spot right here. We'll take that out with a spoon. But it's not bad at all, you know. Really don't have too much work there. But like I say, this we're gonna have to do. I guess we'll start the body work here and do the whole thing there. So let me set you on a tripod, and maybe we'll take a few of these dents out. Yeah, this was so dented and creased so bad right here, it actually ripped through the metal here. And this is 18 gauge metal. This is pretty thick stuff. You probably can't see. Let me put a light underneath it here. There we go. There we go. Can you see that light there? I gotta get my my head welder to weld that up for me. Let me throw you back on the tripod. Alright, you got your headphones on? Yeah. I slapped this. This is a slapper. A lot of you guys know what that is. And this is made out of an old file. But I was able to get the high spots out, you know, the little things that I put in there. And right here, I think I got a low spot. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, you can see where the high spots still are, so it's coming up a little bit. Pretty much here. is where it'd be nice if it was still on the truck. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. Alright, let me get another dolly. Alright, let's see what we can do with this one here. You want to get something that almost just barely has a shape to it. And that might be good right there. And that's if this wasn't bouncing all around. But alright. Yeah, we had to clamp it down there. I wasn't able to get any pressure up against that. But now it's a little better. Let's get a dolly under there. See, I can actually push up on it now. It's just about there. Losing my clamp. Okay, well, that's pretty close. Let's get your clamp here. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. Alright, yeah, I'm liking the way that looks. I mean, I could dig around with it a little more, but for what we're doing, I think that's plenty good. Now let me take it down over the camera. We'll take a good look at it before we say goodbye. Yeah, we're pretty happy with that. I mean, it's pretty close. You know, I spent a little more time on it than I normally would if this was a commercial job, but it was kind of fun. Got this all, this pretty good up here. And we got this body line, and this one down here is pretty good. Straighten this all out, got my body line back, got rid of all the small dents I put in there. So, alright, I guess all we gotta do is wait for the little dirt bike. He'll come over here and weld these holes up, these holes over here, and we'll put a few patches in here, and even over here we gotta put a little patch. But I think he enjoys working on this stuff, so. Alright, I think tomorrow I'll take it outside and I'll grind all this down, fresh metal. And then we'll have a fresh pallet to work on, so. Alright. What do you say, enough of this? Alright. See you in the next one.